Hey guys, here we are at Wailea, Maui, the same place I do all of my videos in the daytime for in the water. I'm at the beach here, and I got the Gladius, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to take it out at nighttime and see what's in the reef over here in the shoreline. So as you can see, I'm just kind of in a nook here. There's a little, hopefully you guys can kind of see this on the camera, but there's a little kind of cave here, and this is kind of a calm area with a ledge where I can kind of drop the Gladius in and out of the water here. And I'm going to take it out, see what we can see. I'm going to record in 4K and just see what's really under the water here. I'm going to leave the buoy on shore and just kind of let it go ahead and unravel as the sub goes out. Hopefully we don't run into any problems. I think it should go pretty well. I'm going to be turning on the lights full blast on the front here so we can see what's under the water. So let's throw this thing in and get started with our night dive with the Gladius. By the way, if you want to see the daytime review of this thing, go ahead and check it out so you can kind of see more in sunlight how it looks. So this is going to be entirely nighttime here. Okay, so we should be set to go. So I'm going to turn on the lights full blast here. Let me turn off my hat cam. There we go. So we got Gladius lights full blast. I'm going to start 4K recording. And let's throw it in. So pressing start to arm. Actually, I can't even see the buttons. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off and stabilize. Throw it in here. There it goes. Here we go. Starting our journey. I want to make sure our tether's not really hooking up on anything. And I'm going to go full FPV now. Let's go for it. There we go. Let's try to get out so we can get a little deeper. Okay, here we go. So we're getting out there now. Once in a while I'm going to want to check my tether. Make sure it's kind of okay and not catching too much on stuff. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get a little deeper going out. Whoa, there's some coral for you. And I want to kind of try to stay close to this buoy. You know what I mean? Because I don't want my wireless connection to be lost. I'm kind of heading to my right slightly. There's some coral there. Okay. Oh, there's a fish. Here we go. Let's check him out. Looks like a little squirrel fish. Oh. Let's move past this and then turn around. See what's going on over here. All right, backing up. There he is. He's hiding out there, a little squirrel fish. Ooh. There we go. Definitely some current out here tonight. So far, so good. Just get a little closer and then we'll move on. It'll be cool if we can spot some lobster. That'd be kind of neat, wouldn't it? Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone. And let's continue on out there. I'm gonna check on my tether. Looks like we're doing okay with the tether. Used about half of it up. Okay, so just going out here. It would be so cool if we could find some lobster or something, wouldn't it? Still in stabilized mode where it's going to try to self-level itself. There's some colors on the coral there. Coming in. Let's try not to hit the coral. Back up. Ah! Stuck on the coral. Okay, let's get out of there. There we go. Okay, there's the sand. And let's see what we can see. Of course, the tether is going to be slightly pulled around by the waves, you know, lapping on the shore. But I don't know if you guys can see it way out there, but you can see the lights way out there in the water. That's where it's at. Okay, and we are at, what's our depth? 10 feet only. You can see how it's very shallow here. And yeah, I want to try to get a little further out. Just kind of cruising on the bottom here until we... Okay, there's a structure. I'll have the 4K up, guys, so you can see that. And let's turn here. Check out what's going on under here. It's like just basically a coral head. Whoa! Right up against another one there. Let's back up, back up. What I don't want to do is get my tether wrapped around this stuff. Wow. Definitely some current out here. Let's keep going. Looks like the graphic is holding pretty accurate to its orientation. Is that a fish? Okay, there's a goat fish. Let's see if he's sleeping. These things are funny when they sleep. They just kind of bang around and on the ocean floor. See if I can get a little closer to something out here. Wow, was I full stick forward there? How's our tether doing? It's okay? Yeah? Okay, it looks like I'm facing right at me now. Okay, good. Yeah, so the compass is looking fairly accurate, because when it's facing me, I'm seeing the lights facing towards me in the water. So as long as I don't lose connection, I think I should be okay with this green graphic. So I'm going to keep on. Whoa, pufferfish. Can you see that pufferfish? See him there? Whoa, look at that guy. This is interesting. Let's try to get right up on him. Look at him. I'm going to go into, I'm going to change my modes. Shoot. Let me see. I forget. The button here should be select. Yeah. So I'm pressing select. This went into manual mode. Hopefully I didn't lose them. Wow, there's a bunch of life in the water. You see all those little ocean lice and stuff? Boy, is manual mode is not even really helping me out. So I'm going to go back into stabilize. Really hope I didn't lose that guy. Let's try to find him again. So definitely, if you got some current, don't even use manual mode or that'll happen to you. Let me see if I can find this big puffer fish. That's what they look like when they're not puffed up. Still not seeing them anywhere. Really hope we see something out here cool. So far we saw a squirrel fish, a puffer, just kind of go through the squirrel and see what's going on here. Cool. Is that something on top of that coral spike? Oh, that's a sea urchin. Okay, he's right on the tip of that piece of coral. Oh, let's try not to knock him off. Not get stuck on that piece of coral. Wow, look at that thing. Whoa, turn. Okay. So as you can see, it's a little bit tough in this current. You can hear the waves thrashing around, I'm sure. Boy, it looks slightly ghostly out here. All the fish are kind of sleeping, I guess. Moving forward, trying to find something like lobsters. Okay, it looks like we're getting into a little bit of a more cavernous reef area. This is cool. There's a fish down in there. Looks like we've got possibly some caves going on. Try and check out this cave here. Looks like an angelfish hiding under there with a yellow and black. See him there? Looks like he's kind of sleeping. He's upside down, isn't he? Wait, let's take another look at that. Get a closer look. Is he upside down? Wow, yeah, he's upside down. And he's like cruising under the rock upside down. That's very interesting. So that's, I guess, how these fish sleep, guys. You see him there? It's upside down. Cool. Let's get out of here before we get stuck. Oh, how about a better shot of him first? There he is. Another fish. Wow, is that one upside down too? So I guess that's kind of how they sleep. They go upside down under a ridge and they go to sleep. Boy, there sure is a lot of sediment in the water here. I'm going to stop the 4K recording just so it saves, and then I'm going to restart it. Okay, restart. That way we have a separate clip just in case, so the whole thing doesn't get corrupt or something, you know. So I'm still going out. We're at around 10 feet depth, just kind of cruising. Kind of sort of fighting that tether. I can see it unraveling down there. And continuing to explore. What else can we see? It would be cool to see like maybe a sleeping turtle. Whoa. Maybe a shark. Who knows? There's a sandy area. I'm feeling that tether really get pulled on. Okay, we're getting really, I think we're getting a little bit, you can see the tether there? We're getting a little bit too weak on the tether. And I don't know if you guys can see it way out there, but there it is. See it out there in the water with my camera? Probably not, but there it is. I'll face it towards us so you can see it. There we go. So that should be right towards us. You see that light? I'll face it up. There it is. Wow, that must look kind of neat from the camera. Cool. So let's go down and we'll kind of work our way back or just cruise out in this area just so we don't use too much tether. Might want to put my foot on it just so it doesn't end up maxing out and then getting pulled out into the water. Just got my foot on the stand here. Let's continue to kind of explore on our way back. Try to find something interesting. I see something that looks like a fish. Yeah, another fish there cruising, probably trying to sleep. Let's go kind of to the left a little bit. Another fish. Okay. We're coming kind of right towards us now. It's like a big sea urchin hanging onto the rock. That big black sea urchin. Reverse. There it is. Okay. There's a spiny sea urchin. Let's observe him for a second. There he is. Let's not bother him too much. Whoa, get over this coral and go down. Boy, it sure would be neat to see a lobster, but I haven't seen any lobsters yet. They're probably going to be in some kind of cave, or there's a squirrel fish again. I wonder if that's the same one. Let's just cruise on the edge here. It's like a crack. Okay, whoa, this looks like lobster territory. Let me back up a little. I'm full back. Okay, let's back up and approach this from another angle and see if there's a lobster. Whoa, feels like the current's going that way. Squirrel fishes. Is that a lobster? What is that over there? Thought I just saw something. Whoa, I'm getting really pushed around by this current. Sorry about the really sporadic video, guys. I'm having some trouble keeping this thing still in the current. Well, I thought there was a lobster over there, but I lost it because I can't really precisely control it in this current. What I might do is actually down my my rate here. Let's go into settings and let me go down to 70%. I think the 4K just stopped, so I'm starting the 4K again. Okay, so this might give us a little bit more precision control. Okay, so continuing to explore. Well, the worst thing would be if this tether was getting, you know, wrapped around stuff. Definitely don't want that. Another sea urchin right on the tip. It looks like they like to be on the tip of those coral heads. That's funny. And I'm off the sticks. And you see it keeping itself level in stabilized mode. And you can see the current moving it around, but it's roughly staying in the same position. That's pretty neat. Okay. It feels like the orientation is still pretty spot on because I just turned the green graphic towards me and I can see the lights shining right at me out there in the water with my line of sight. That's good. 74% battery power left. And let's start making our way to the right. I wanted to go over this point of this reef a little bit and kind of see kind of what's out there. Whoa! Okay, full throttle ahead. You can see that I'm only 10 feet. That looks like the maximum I'm going to be able to go. Probably for this one, guys. Tether's almost completely... Oh! That was a fishy. I want to see what that fish was. Oh! What kind of fish is that? That's cool. Little guy swimming around. I'm not sure what kind of fish that is, but definitely interesting. Okay, so we're continuing to kind of go out and to the left. Seeing if we can... Oh, there's another squirrel fish. So the squirrel fish are going to be pretty prevalent out here. There he is. Turn on the lights a little bit. Seems like the lights are so high that it's making them kind of washed out. I'll turn the lights down to like 50. Whoa, I don't want to get stuck under a nook of a piece of coral, that's for sure. Okay, let's get up and out of here. Keep working our way over there to the left. Uh-oh. Feels like I'm being pulled back. Wow. Here's a cave. Another sea urchin. Man, I'm not seeing any lobster around. Oh, there's my tether. I'm definitely curious. So there's a little school of these squirrel fish here. Yeah, these coral heads look pretty interesting, don't they? That looks like a big egg. That coral head there. So gosh, it looks like really the only thing that's awake out here are these little squirrel fish at this time of night. I'm gonna go full blast forward. Try to kind of get out here. Get some deeper areas. That looks like a little drop off. Let's get out here and look down. Whoa, what was that? Okay, another butterfly or angelfish kind of deal. I don't really want to get too far down in this thing. What kind of fish is that? It's like a kala or something. Okay, so we found the angelfish territory. And like I was saying, I don't want to really get too far down in here and hook up my tether. I'm just going to like quickly look for maybe lobsters or something, you know. There's a blackfish under there. Man, I ain't seeing no lobsters. Possibly in the, you know, the 4K video that I'm taking, there may be some lobsters visible. But, well, I'm doing exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. I'm going down in this crevice. Whoa, there's a pipefish. Check him out. Wow, look at that guy. Looks like he might be trying to sleep too. Let's just observe him for a moment. Okay, we're on, I think we're on 50, yeah, we're on 48% power. Let's see if we were to turn up the lights a little higher. If it would help, or... Yeah, that's 100%. He's just cruising there. Ah! It's getting scary. I'm like in this little notch. So look at this guy. Whoa. I'm like sitting in the sand right now. Let's just get a little shot of him. Whoa, there's all these like sea lice and sand. I'm moving around. Wow, that's kind of a cool picture, isn't it? Cool. So I should probably try to get out of here. I'm gonna go full up. Really hoping my tether's not stuck on anything. Let's backtrack and have a look. Pulling up. Okay, wow. So it's, you see the tether? It's going down. Oh, is it stuck on a piece of coral? Oh my god. Let's try to get it off. Go this way. Full throttle ahead. Okay, this is how you release your tether if it's stuck. Feels like it's not caught up anymore. But you never know with these sharp rocks. Gosh. Let's try to go forward and see if it's caught. I really want to see that puffer fish again. Remember that puffer fish? There was a giant puffer fish we saw. And I almost want to just like follow my tether back and I don't know. This is the thing with the tethered vehicle is Really hope you're not caught up on anything. Okay, continuing on, as you can see, we are going full blast into the abyss. We're still only around 10 feet. There's another squirrel fish. Hiding, bumping in the rocks. He's probably trying to sleep. Oh, hello. There he is. Okay. Okay, so we're going to come back. I'm just going to full throttle it forward. I'm only in about, 50 or so, 60% power. But I'm going to go ahead and come on back. Try not to hit any coral and run into any coral. Another squirrel fish over there, you can see them. So, to tell you the truth, guys, it's pretty, whoa, what was that? Reverse. Oh, another squirrel fish. Oh, a sleeping goat fish. Look at him. Oh, don't run into him. I've been diving before, and these guys, it's so funny to watch them sleep because they're sleeping and they're bouncing off of rocks. Let's see if we can see them do that. It's pretty funny to watch them. They just swim once in a while and watch them, he'll just like bounce off of a rock. Anyway, that's him. But that's great. Looks like they've worked on the orientation issues. Before, what would happen is if you armed the Gladius, what's that? Another fish? Right when you arm the Gladius, it would reset its this green icon. It would reset it out facing away every single time. But it looked like this time when I launched this thing, I tried arming several times, and the compass didn't change. So that was good. So it seems like possibly now is when you turn on the entire system is when it locks in this green icon. So make sure it's facing out away from you. Turn on the buoy, and then you should always have the correct heading bearing, because it's perfectly correct towards my physical orientation. It's pointing right at me now. That's good. And I think I'm just gonna, without any more talking, I'm gonna try to search around, and if I find something on the screen, my screen, I'll go ahead and put it in there for you guys. Okay? So enjoy the little rest of the search journey in the dark waters of Maui, South Shore. And let's see what we can find. There. Look at that. Well, that's not a parrotfish, but it is a larger fish sleeping. I think it's some kind of triggerfish. There we go. I'm gonna check them out for a second. You can see I'm just kind of cruising under that ledge. Oh, neat. So I'm really surprised I haven't seen any lobster yet. That's amazing. Okay. Well, my tether's completely maxed. And you can see it here. And it's way out there. It's directly in front of me. Let me try to go a little bit closer to this guy. Wow, that's a really close-up shot, isn't it? I don't want to bother him too much, but really want to get a neat close-up shot of this guy. I'm just going to kind of sit here on the ground and then turn, if I can, to the right. Turning. Oh, I think I just hit him. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whoa, sand everywhere. Ah. Okay, let's get out of here. Full throttle up. Let's just come on back with some final searching. Okay, here we go. Stumbled upon some more sleeping fish. And I honestly have no idea what type of fish these are. But definitely kind of interesting. I'm just going to kind of follow him for a bit. Yeah, so it seems like in this situation with all this sediment in the water, maybe around 15% lights is pretty good. Otherwise, the fish start to get kind of washed out. You know, just kind of scraping the bottom, following him around. Oh, I think I got a little too close to him there. Anyway, let's continue on the return home. Okay, so I've been running around out there for a while, and I'm completely out of tether. I've got 25% power left, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom it home. We'll bring it in, and I think we'll call it a night. So I got my son Keen rolling it up while I'm basically bringing it in. And keep in mind, this is a 100-foot tether, so there's going to be some rolling up to do, you know, once you get it into shore. I'd definitely recommend kind of having another person to help you slowly reel it in, just so the slack doesn't get caught on any other rocks and stuff. But it's going pretty well. So at night, it's actually a lot easier to tell the orientation than daytime, just because you can see the direction of the lights. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm just gonna get right on the ledge here and bring it in pretty close. Whoa. Right about here, I definitely don't want to get my phone in the water. Ah! Okay. Probably gonna have to grab the tether. Oh. There we go. Okay. That wasn't so hard. Alright. Tether held, that's for sure. Looks like all the motors are working no problem. Awesome. Go ahead and disarm it. Cool. Okay, well I guess that's gonna wrap it up for my first night dive with the Gladius. That was pretty darn cool. Okay, it looks like the lights automatically turned off when I disarmed for a while, so that's good. Just in case you forget to turn them off. So I think that's going to wrap it up for the Gladius night dive. Everything went just as planned. Didn't really get to see a whole lot of stuff I wanted to see. I was hoping to see maybe sharks or maybe turtles sleeping or something, but we did see some sleeping fish. Didn't see any parrotfish, but we saw some sugarfish, some goatfish. We saw that big puffer fish briefly. I was hoping I could get a little closer to that, but I kind of lost my orientation with that one. All kinds of stuff, a bunch of sea urchins and all of that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys are thinking about the Gladius, definitely a way cool little sub here. And this one I just kept the buoy on shore, and you can do it that way and be wireless to the buoy. Or this buoy you can actually throw in the water. So maybe for the next one I put a little anchor on the bottom of it, so I'll throw it in the water and just anchor it to the ocean floor with like a weight and some fishing line. The safest bet is, you know, keeping it next to you just in case something happens, especially if you don't have the capability to go in the water. Like tonight I didn't have any diving gear or mask or anything with me, and you know, it's a little bit scary to go in the water at night unless you have the right equipment and the lighting and stuff. But super fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next adventure with the Chasing Innovation Gladius. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.